Welcome back to channel, folks. I'm your host, a fellow shooter, and a lifelong student of the gritty and unforgiving world of firearms. Now here's a question worth asking. What truly earns a firearm legendary status? Is it the specs written on a manufacturer's brochure? A radical design? Or is it the kind of reputation you can only build in the real world, earned through failure, hardship, and the unrelenting pressure of time? Today, we're cutting through the hype. This isn't about what might work under perfect conditions. It's about what will work when everything goes sideways. When law and order break down, which guns rise to the top and prove they can take a beating and keep firing. We're talking proven performance, reliability, simplicity, easy upkeep, and perhaps most critically access to ammo when the shelves are empty. This list features 7 firearms that have consistently delivered, even when others jammed, failed, or rusted into paperweights. We'll break down each one and dig into why it earns its place. Let's dive in. Number 7. Ruger 10/22. Starting off the list is a rifle that's not built for the battlefield, but in a survival situation, it could be your best friend. Meet the Ruger 10/22, a semi-automatic rifle chambered in .22 long rifle. It first rolled off the production line back in the year 1964, and since then, it's become one of the most iconic rimfire rifles ever made. Millions have been sold, and for good reason. This little rifle runs on a simple blowback action that's almost impossible to mess up. It's easy to clean, rarely fails, and just keeps going. Its 10-round rotary magazine is a masterpiece of compact design, rugged, reliable, and feeds flawlessly every time. But the biggest reason this gun stands out? Practicality. In any extended survival event, small game becomes your primary food source. And .22 long rifle ammo is everywhere. It's light, affordable, and you can carry hundreds of rounds without weighing yourself down. Bonus, it's quiet. Far less noise than a centerfire rifle, which means less attention drawn to your location. It's also one of the best rifles you can use to train a new shooter. Light recoil, low cost, and intuitive controls make it ideal for teaching the fundamentals of marksmanship. The bottom line? It's lightweight, beginner-friendly, decently accurate out to medium ranges, and endlessly customizable. You can turn a stock model into a tricked-out tactical build, a long-range plinker, or a suppressed bug-out gun. Of course, there's a trade-off. .22 long rifle isn't exactly a fight stopper. This rifle isn't built for defensive firepower. It's meant for hunting and learning. Price-wise, you're looking at one of the most affordable options on the market. A brand new Ruger 10/22 runs just a few $100. On the used market, deals are everywhere if you keep your eyes open. Number 6. The 357 Magnum Revolver. Coming in next is one of the most dependable tools you can carry when everything else fails. A good old-fashioned revolver, chambered in .357 Magnum. We're talking about heavy hitters like the Smith & Wesson Model 686 or the Ruger GP 100. These wheel guns have stood the test of time and are known for their rock-solid build and trusted performance. Unlike semi-autos, there are no gas systems, no slides to jam, no feeding issues to worry about. The double-action, single-action trigger gives you the choice. Shoot slow and precise or fast and hard. Why does a revolver like this earn a spot on a survival list? Simplicity. These guns just work. Rain, mud, sand, neglect, it doesn't matter. Pull the trigger and it fires. If you get a dud, pull the trigger again. No need to clear a jam or tap rack anything. Plus, the 357 Magnum is extremely versatile. You can run hot defensive loads or drop down to 38 Special for low recoil training or casual shooting. That kind of flexibility is pure gold when ammo is scarce. On the plus side, extreme reliability, strong stopping power, and dual caliber capability. The downside? You're limited to 6 or maybe 7 rounds, and reloads take more time and practice than a semi-auto. Also, full-power Magnum rounds can kick hard, especially for new or smaller shooters. Cost: a new Smith & Wesson or Ruger revolver in this class usually runs somewhere between $700 and $1,000, depending on barrel length, finish, and features. But remember, these guns are overbuilt and understressed. With basic care, they'll last for generations. Number 5. The 12-gauge pump-action shotgun. At number 5, we have the undisputed king of close quarters power, the 12-gauge pump-action shotgun. This is the sledgehammer of personal defense, and it's been earning that reputation for more than half a century. The big names here? The Mossberg 500, the Mossberg 590, and the Remington 870. These shotguns have served in military units, police cruisers, and behind the front doors of millions of homes across the country. Their operation is straightforward and brutally effective. Pump to chamber a round, squeeze the trigger, repeat. It's all mechanical, muscle-driven, and deeply reliable. Why does the 12-gauge score so high in a survival scenario? Power and flexibility. Nothing stops a threat faster than buckshot at close range. And the sound of racking a shell? That's a universal language for leave now. From slugs that drop deer to birdshot for small game, and even less lethal loads for crowd control, this shotgun can do it all. Strengths: massive stopping power, wide ammo versatility, and incredible durability. Weaknesses: recoil is heavy, capacity is usually limited to between 5 and 9 shells, and reloads can be slow without practice. Also, they're a bit clunky to maneuver indoors. Price-wise, these are solid choices for anyone on a tighter budget. A brand new Mossberg 500 or Remington 870 generally runs between $300 and $600. And if you check pawn shops and gun shows, you'll find used ones at even lower prices. Taking the number 4 spot is arguably the most trusted and widely adopted semi-auto pistol of the modern era, the Glock 19. First introduced in the late 1980s as a more compact version of the original Glock 17, this pistol didn't just make waves, it changed the entire handgun landscape. Featuring a tough-as-nails polymer frame, ultra-simple internal mechanics, and Glock's signature safe action trigger system, it quickly became the gold standard for military sidearms, duty pistols, and everyday carry alike. Chambered in 9x19mm parabellum, hands down the most common pistol cartridge on the planet, the Glock 19 earns its place for one key reason: it does everything well. It's compact enough to conceal without giving up shootability. It carries 15 rounds in a flush-fit magazine, and it's proven, time and again, to function in the kind of nightmare conditions that turn other guns into paperweights. Whether it's caked in grime, soaked in salt water, or bone dry with no lubrication in sight, this pistol just keeps cycling. In a world turned upside down, that kind of trustworthiness is invaluable. Where it really shines: rock-solid reliability, featherweight construction, generous capacity, excellent durability in rough environments, and the worldwide availability of both ammo and replacement parts. Downsides: the grip angle doesn't suit everyone, and Glock's factory trigger feels more functional than refined. But these are minor gripes for a pistol this dependable. As for price, a brand new Glock 19 typically falls in the $500 to $650 range, and because of its legendary reputation, it holds its value extremely well. Whether you're buying new or used, you won't have trouble finding one, and you'll never regret the purchase. Cracking the top 3, we enter rifle territory. At number 3, the all-American icon, the AR-15. Originally created by Eugene Stoner in the late 1950s, this lightweight rifle became the blueprint for the M16 and later the M4 carbine. Over the decades, it's evolved into the most popular civilian rifle in the United States and one of the most modular weapon systems ever made. Most AR-15s operate using a direct impingement gas system, though some modern models use gas pistons. chambered in 5.56 by 45 millimeter NATO. The rifle offers high velocity, low recoil, and flat shooting performance, ideal for both home defense and reaching targets at distance. What puts the AR so high on the list? Customization. This rifle is basically the Lego set for grown-up shooters. You can swap out barrels, bolts, handguards, triggers, even the upper receiver, tailoring the platform for defense, hunting, competition, or long-range use. Ergonomics are excellent, controls are intuitive, and the aftermarket support is second to none. Key advantages include soft recoil, lightweight handling, high accuracy, and near infinite parts availability. The drawback? The direct impingement system can run a little dirty. It needs regular cleaning and doesn't tolerate neglect quite as well as something like an AK. But take care of it, and it'll take care of you. Prices vary wildly. You can grab a basic AR for around $500 to $700, while higher-end builds from boutique manufacturers can cost $2,000 or more. Still, parts and ammunition are widely available, especially in North America, making this a survival rifle you can count on. Coming in at number 2 is the battle rifle that refuses to die, the AKM. This rugged workhorse is a modernized version of the original AK-47, which was developed by Mikhail Kalashnikov in the years following World War II. Built to arm large conscript armies with a weapon that could survive the worst possible conditions. The AK series is all about brutal reliability and simplicity. The AKM is typically chambered in 7.62 by 39 millimeter, a cartridge that brings serious power to the table. What makes this rifle so effective in a grid-down scenario? Global reach and utter dependability. With over 100 million rifles, based on the AK design in circulation, parts and ammo are scattered across every continent. Its long-stroke gas piston system, paired with loose internal tolerances, means it'll run dirty, wet, sandy, or frozen. You don't need to baby this rifle. It was made to function under battlefield abuse, and it delivers. Strengths: tough as hell construction, powerful cartridge, and idiot-proof maintenance. It's the kind of gun you can hand to someone with zero experience and have them running it in minutes. Weaknesses: more felt recoil than an AR-15, less ergonomic controls, and generally lower precision at extended ranges. And if you want to mount optics or accessories, you'll usually need aftermarket gear. Cost-wise, a reliable AKM pattern rifle starts around $700. High-end models from countries like Poland or Finland can run well over $1,500. But given its reputation, ammo availability, and ruggedness, the AKM remains one of the smartest choices for any long-term survival scenario. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, let's hit pause for a moment. We've covered legendary rimfires like the Ruger 1022, heavy-hitting revolvers chambered in .357 Magnum, fight-stopping 12-gauge shotguns, and 2 of the most iconic rifles to ever see combat, the AR-15 and the AKM. But here's the twist. The most powerful tool in a breakdown of society isn't made of steel or polymer. It's not built in a factory. It's you. That's right. The most important weapon you'll ever carry is the one between your ears. Mindset, training, the ability to stay level-headed when everything else is falling apart. A $5,000 rifle won't mean a thing in the hands of someone who freezes up or lacks the know how to run it properly. Firearms are only as effective as the person pulling the trigger. Every one of the guns we've talked about demands competence. From clearing a double feed to deciding when not to pull the trigger, it all comes back to judgment, discipline, and preparation. Do you know how to safely sling a rifle across rugged terrain? Can you dress a wound, stay hidden when it matters, or lead a team under pressure? That's what separates gear collectors from survivors. The best part? Knowledge doesn't weigh an ounce. You can't drop it, you can't have it confiscated, and no one can take it from you. But it doesn't come easy. Building real-world skills takes time. reps, and a whole lot of humility. You earn experience one lesson at a time by training on the range, reading, asking questions, and drilling fundamentals until they become instinct. So here's the real takeaway. From the ultra-practical Ruger 1022 to the nearly indestructible AKM, from trusted revolvers to battle-proven carbines, none of it matters without the one thing that ties it all together: a capable, cool-headed shooter. If today's list gave you something to chew on, we'd be honored if you hit that subscribe button here at Gunman Ballistic. Your support keeps this mission alive to educate, prepare, and equip fellow Americans for whatever tomorrow may bring. But now, it's your turn. What's the number one firearm you'd trust if the lights went out and help wasn't coming? Did we overlook a platform that's earned your faith? Share your loadout, lessons, or even just your thoughts down in the comments, because every voice helps strengthen this community. Thanks for hanging out with us. Until next time, stay alert, stay trained, and stay dangerous.